I was doing a lot of complaining and telling people to do stuff about the FBI. So I decided to tell you that I took the initiative to do something in my town. I just talked to the library, and on February 16th, I'll be doing something against the FBI, and I'll be showing that I am not gang affiliated. I'm actually doing something about gang awareness for public speaking. My question is, why am I not hearing about any of this? How come people aren't putting it out there on jugglospace.net or mygugglospace.com or Facebook or YouTube about what they're doing to prove that they're not a gang member to try and get themselves off of the list? Show of hands of how many of you are on a gang list? That's what I thought. According to what I've been hearing about, there's at least 45 people that I know of that are registered gang members. They got pulled over. They got busted doing something stupid. They got caught with weed, some sort of drugs. And now they're on a gang list. So, what are we going to do to change this? You know, we keep talking about ICP suing the FBI, but I'm pretty sure ICP would like us to try and take some initiative to try and, show people, look, this isn't who we are, this isn't what we're doing. But I'm not seeing anybody do that. So I urge anybody who's got a library, who's got some way to do public speaking, to speak against this to people who may or may not listen to the music. Otherwise, we're not going to see anything change. So, I'm doing something on gang awareness, trying to get kids away from gangs, to try and show that I am not for this. A lot of people seem to not care. They're like, hey, I'm on a gang list because of this and that and the other thing. Some people are even proud of it, which really fucks me up in the head. But either way, I refuse to be a gang member. I refuse to be affiliated, and I refuse to let the FBI tell me what I am and am not. That's my big thing. Is if someone's going to tell me I'm in a gang, there better be some good goddamn reason other than the FBI just saying, oh, by the way, we're going to put you guys on a gang list. No warning, no nothing. We're just going to go ahead and fucking do it. Because we're the FBI, we're going to start pushing people around and we're going to start telling people what they are and what they're not. Like you have any idea who the fuck I am in a small town. And I've traveled from here to California, up to Michigan, down the Midwest, and over here to the East Coast. I can promise you I am no gang member. See, I told you guys about the incident that happened in Chico, California, where I went to go turn myself in to see what the police department would say, and they said it's only the FBI. We're the Chico police. We're the ones that are here 24/7. We'll decide who's in a gang and who isn't. And they took one good look at me and went, no, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, they laughed me out of the police station. But is anyone trying to take this kind of initiative? Anybody trying to make it so that way the whole world is watching, to try and make it so that way, their forms of media, on their iPod, on their phones, whatever it is you can get your hands on, do fucking something, or this shit's just going to keep continuing. ICP could be suing the FBI 10 years from now. The trial might take place 6 weeks. It could be 6 months. It could be 6 years. It could be thrown out the window. The case could get dismissed. No one's thought about this because ICP's going out and doing this. Like, ICP's got our back, so they'll handle it. We'll be at the hearing. And I'm scared to death on who's going to be at this hearing. Who are they going to drag in? Because I'm sure the FBI is going to be like, hey, you want to know something? Why don't you get up on the stand? Why don't you go and do this? And you say this and you say that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Totally Baked when that guy was like, yeah, roll up a doobie, man. Yeah, this chick, she's trying to get weed legalized and everything. And he was a Republican who rolled up a joint and smoked with his guys and stuff like that. But they've always got people. They were doing this at Occupy. They were sending in cops and sometimes even civilians to start trouble so we can get busted up. You don't think the FBI is not going to try something like that? I mean, in all honesty, it is the FBI. I mean, it's the government. Shouldn't we trust it? No, absolutely not. The government has too much power as it is, and they don't fear us anymore because we're getting pushed around like it's nothing. But I'm not seeing any videos on people trying to do anything about it. People not doing good things. Nothing. I'm seeing a bunch of people bitch about it. I'm seeing a bunch of people talk about it, but no one getting up and doing anything about it. There's one guy who's so focused on what's going on with Twist leaving Psychopathic Records, and I swear to God, if I got to hear that ever the fuck again, I'm gonna get pissed because that's bullshit. So a band leaves a record label that's been with for 10 years. What the fuck ever? Seriously. No. There's a guy starving himself, going on a hunger strike because Twisted Left Psychopathic. What a fucktard. I'll say it, a fucktard. Yeah, sure, I might be objective, I might be this and that. Kyle, you're not supposed to be talking about shit like that. Hatchet, why are you talking like that? You're supposed to be objective, you're supposed to be this and that. Well, let me tell you something. Get off your ass and do something about this instead. Because them leaving and you starving yourself, one dead ninja. That's it. So what is it you're going to do? Are you going to go to your local library? Are you going to try and do something? Are you going to write to people? Write a letter to maybe, I don't know, People Magazine even. I was doing this whole campaign against bullying. I sent it to People Magazine. I sent it to all these organizations. And then bullying became the big topic in 2010, 2011. Was the big thing. It was all over newsstands. I can't say for certain if it was me that caused that or not. But I can promise you I did something about it. And I'd like to think that somebody paid attention to what I was writing and went, hey, you want to know something? This is happening everywhere. It's become a big thing. But now this has become a big thing. Now we're getting bullied by the FBI. I'm writing to my local newspaper. I will be writing to the Lansing State Journal. I will be writing to New York Times. And I'm not going to stand here and let this happen. Not without a fight. Why doesn't anybody else think this way? Where's the guts and the courage and all this and that for people to go up and stand up and do something like we've been doing for years and years and years? Comment. Tell me why you're not doing something, or tell me that you're doing something. Show me something. Give me a little bit of hope. Because when you give me a little bit of hope, maybe you'll be giving somebody next door, somebody else who's watching YouTube, a little bit of hope. And maybe they will take the initiative and go and do something, which is why I'm doing this and why I'm saying this. Why haven't I heard anything about anybody doing anything about this other than bitch, cry, and moan? Or even be proud of it. Because let me tell you something, you might be proud of it, and you might go up into the FBI, you might be going up on all these posts saying, yeah, I'm a gang member, represent. And you're going to make the rest of us look like a bunch of fucking idiots just like you are. Do you know what happens in gangs? Those who are so proud of being gang members and want to rep that wicked shit. In order to rep that wicked shit, we can't let the FBI tell us what we are or are not going to do and not be legit. In a gang, women get diced. There's a dice. 2 of them most of the time. But for the minor ones, about 1. And they're rolled. And whatever number comes up, she's got to fuck those amount of gang members. The number that comes up is, and that's what she's got to go do. You know what happens to guys? Do you know how they get initiated into gangs? They get the shit kicked out of them. They got to run down a whole aisle of guys who've got their fists out. And if you fall, you get to start at the beginning and go to the end. You get jumped in. You gotta commit a crime, a felony. You gotta kill somebody in front of somebody else. You gotta be willing to kill your own mother. My question is this: if you're willing to kill your own mother, what's not a gang member gonna go? Wait a second, he's willing to kill his own mother. Maybe he'll turn on one of us, and they're gonna whine and bitch, and you're gonna end up dead in a fucking gutter. How's that for being a gang banger? Yeah. So for those of you who want to be gang members, keep that in mind. Be an idiot all you want, but it's gonna cost you in the end. There is no good that ever comes out of being affiliated with a gang. Strength in numbers, I'm bullied and this and that, but no one's going to fuck with me if I got 10 guys with me. But you want to know something? Those 10 guys ain't going to fucking have your back. They'll roll over on you if you ever go into a police station. You're brought in for questioning, they'll fucking throw your name out there without thinking twice, and they're going to find somebody else so that way they can do that to them. There's no loyalty among thieves. There's no loyalty in a gang. There is nothing cool, nothing special about being in a gang, and I'll be damned if that happens to me, because fuck that shit, and fuck you for thinking it.